Hello my friends and viewers, this is Gabriela Stardust reporting here from New Braunfels, Texas, and I hope I can see something because like you can see the clouds. I think it is less the clouds, it's more the chemtrails here, what we have here today. And you know why they are chemtrails, because you can see the straight lines through the whole area, and there you know these are chemtrails. The sun just is about to come out from one of these chemtrails above her, and underneath we have some more, very low actually. You have some real clouds, I would say around 7 o'clock position. They're blending into the left side with the chemtrails. Otherwise, those darkish, blackish, brownish looking chemtrails, they are blocking. They are blocking the view of this object what I had just a couple of days ago in this position here. And I have this clip out. I was just not seeing it, and then later I was not working on it. I was just looking at the whole thing and thought the most of the viewer, can see it and know what I'm talking about. But some of the newer viewers and visitor to my channel, they might be not knowing and seeing what I'm talking about. If you have some areas, my friends, where you see chemtrails and it looks like there is a ball, huge ball coming out of the chemtrails, very round, very sturdy behind, it looks like a ball is pushing against those chemtrails, then you can be sure that there is a planetary object behind. And I do not mean exactly behind the clouds, much more farther out, but the pressure and gravity, and they're not staying and standing in the skies, in our solar system. They are moving constantly. This produces actually, it is like, like a vacuum, and like something is pushing when they're moving against the vacuum, against Earth, against other planetary objects and planets in our solar system. That's why some of them are really have massive problems. Right now, I think Jupiter was one of them. Mars had already long time problems, and he had rings around him thousands and thousands of years ago, maybe millions of years ago. Those rings are gone, and even if there was water before, once before, something happened that the water did vaporized. Venus has some problems, as well as Saturn. Saturn is about to losing more of his rings, and I don't know, the atmosphere is just changing to a certain point around those planetary objects in our solar system. So right now, at this moment, when I look around, I cannot really see that much. The other day I had those string-like looking balls, they did look like pearls on a string, and these are smaller stellar cores and smaller objects, little moons. But you can see them, and we have them already in our skies for about, a couple of years now. But right now at this moment, because it is still bright when I look at the sky, it's the chemtrails are pretty close and pretty tight today. Just see some openings here to the left side, and everything what we see, the round, half round of the sun, that's not all the sun. This is the aurora, and with the chemtrails, and the sun is producing those reflections into the chemtrails. It makes the area where the sun comes down even brighter and wider, which makes it very hard to see any objects very close to the sun. And it's already kind of late. It's already right now 8:25. It means the sun will be gone in a little bit. And if there was something underneath just a couple of days ago, underneath the sun to spot, like those pearls on a string, then we can't see them because they are much lower at this moment. Yeah, that's how the rest of the sky looks. You see those chemtrails, and I was going to tell you something about those explosives they put above our real clouds. When they explode, I think it has something to do maybe with the altitude, how high they are. And they do explode at certain point, and the chemicals are just coming out of these explosives, and then you can see those roundish, donut looking, bulby looking clouds, very weird shapes. And everybody is wondering why they're looking so weird. Yeah, it is only because the chemicals and the explosion by itself spread those chemicals around and give our sky these round looking chemical clouds to a certain point. Why they're doing it? I believe they're doing it so that we do not see any objects, or that we think it is not an object, because they're blending in and they're looking almost like the planetary objects, so therefore it is hard to find them when you're not trained. And when you take pictures and you do invert your pictures, or you have a thermal, if you use a thermal lens to see the difference in the sky and the temperature changing in some areas in the sky, everything what is more intensive, everything what looks inverted and is the opposite from this, what you see, like it is white, then it's black. When it's black, it is white. Not all the objects can be seen. Not all the objects emitting and reflecting light from the sun. Some, they're not. They'll be very hard to spot in the skies. but some of them they are. So the sun is gone, it's behind those huge chemicals here, and by moving my camera you can see the reflection in this area here in the middle. It can go bright, so it depends how I do, you know, move my camera. And if I want it dark, I just go to the other side. Sometimes people doing it with the sun and it looks like the sun is flickering. It have a lot of to do. I know the sun is flickering. I have seen that in my video clips as well. But most of the time it is just the way the people they're holding their camera, how this daylight and sunlight is going into their camera or into their phone or into their telescope, and then it looks like it is flickering. That's not the case all the time, but you can produce those things when you know what you have to do, when you are on your phone or on your camera, with your camera. When you're filming, most people know already what to do and how to get this image then, even if the sun is not flickering maybe at this time. Here on top you see some leftovers from those chemicals. You see they are half round. They have these umbrella looking shape, and they're, you know, losing themselves from the other area. They're moving way slower in our skies than our actually clouds, and it also has something to do with the wind, with the force of wind. Yeah, but like there, like you can see, everything is like very tight here. There's no way today for me to show you anything. I will show you the other side here. This is and now you see the difference. You see those clouds over there? The big cumulus clouds and being white, and when they start getting gray on the bottom, then you know the rain is coming out of them. If you see just white clouds in the sky, then normally it is not raining. It has something to do with the atmosphere and a lot of factors in our skies. The temperature and the pressure. Yeah, that's all so far here what I can explain to you, my friends, at this moment. But you see the color, you see those colors, you know, these are chemtrails, you know, color chemtrails. And as much more you see those brownish, orange looking colors, you know that these objects are around our sun and in our solar system and coming our way, that there are for sure having the color of these chemicals in our skies. Like I said, right now at this moment I cannot really see anything. I have to look it up a little bit later. But it seems to me right now at this moment that there is not that much to see. And like I said, if you have an object which is stationary, it keeps the shape. and it stays where you film it over, you know, 5, 10 or 15, maybe sometimes even a half hour. It's hardly moving. Keep the shape, then you know this is not a cloud. It pretty much is one of the Nemesis Nibiru objects in our skies. Okay, my friends, that's all for here so far. I love you all. Watch this out for new others. Be back here next couple of days with some more evidence, hopefully. Bye bye.